Hi, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura. I am simultaneously on Facebook doing a Facebook Live event. For those of you that are more visual and like to watch me do the readings, hey, there's something in it for you. You might watch me roll my eyes. Uh, there is a website for the show, and that website is spiritmediumtv.com. That's Spirit Medium tv.com. There you can get the phone number to call in and get a reading. And I'm going to mention it now since I can't seem to mention it enough. People never read it or see it for some reason. It's area code 347-945-5849. And this show is conducted every Monday from 7 through 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I am in sunny Florida. So if you are watching me on Facebook, and you can get that link at spiritmediumtv.com. You'll see I'm wearing very little clothing because it was up to 85 degrees today. Very beautiful for March 11th. And so there's going to be a lot of people tonight. I don't know why this happened. I was not expecting a lot of people because of daylight savings time and that we turn the clocks forward again. I figured out we have more daylight time, at the end of the day, so people would be out playing or whatever, but it seems like it had the opposite effect. And here's a Heather. Oh, Heather Frank. Hi, Heather. Hi, sweetheart. No, I know Heather very well, actually, by now. Okay, so I'm going to do the following. I'm just going to review your resources at spiritmediumtv.com. Then I'm going to go into a focus subject. And then I'm going to do a meditation and prayer and energy connection, and we will get started. So the resources at spiritmediumtv.com are the following. We have there the 8 No Wait. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and whoop, you'll jump the gate. I already have 3 donations, and they know about this because they're on my mailing list. So if you're not on my mailing list, you might want to join my mailing list. You can do it at spiritmediumtv.com. And if you do so, you actually will gain access to a free reading, not from me, but from a third party. I do the readings here, but I may change that eventually and not do readings anymore. So get on my mailing list, get the goodies. There's a lot of stuff that I'm providing. So join the mailing list at spiritmediumtv.com and you will gain access to a free reading from a third party. Okay, so let's see, is there anything else there? There's also something I call the free for me, and that's for your private session. So if you want to have a private session with me, I arranged for a 25% discount for you as a radio show listener or a Facebook Live listener. And just when you book your session at booklaura.com, just use free for me as the key when you're booking your session. It's all described at spiritmediumtv.com, so it's not too confusing. And that's it, basically. The link from spiritmediumtv.com to find me on Facebook is there. It's also on Blog Talk Radio, blah, 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 blah. Now, on my website, I also have regular posts, regular articles, and one of them is today's little thing. It's all about manifesting effortlessly, how to manifest, I think I said money effortlessly. Let me go find the exact title so I'm not conjecturing. Goes for any kind of manifesting. Yeah, I have, so if you're ever listening to this show at a future point in time, look on my website for how to manifest money effortlessly. And then you'll get the article. You'll also get a free offer at the end of the article, which is access to a webinar on how to use frequency or vibration to improve your manifesting. I'll go into that in a second. But before I do that, I want to tell you a real treat at the beginning of that article is me in front of a video with no makeup on, but I'm just going into that whole thing of manifesting effortlessly. I had good skin that day, so I said, I'll do it without any makeup on. But anyway, so this whole idea of using frequency or sound Okay, vibration. To help improve your manifesting is a very important idea and very important practice. Some of you might know that when you meditate, you can manifest better because meditation puts you in an altered state of consciousness, hopefully to a deep state like theta brainwave state. But some of us have trouble getting into that brainwave state, and we have trouble meditating. So the idea that there could be sound waves, okay, that can improve your access to that part of you that can set intention out to the universe, your miracle mind, so to speak, I like to call it your miracle mind, is a great idea, and it works. As a matter of fact, I met a guy a couple of weeks ago, and he was explaining to me how he used or took the training of Jose Silva of Silva Mind Control. That was popular in the 70s. A lot of you won't remember it. Some of you might, because some of you might be at my age, but it was popular during the 70s. And basically, it's a certain series of beeps that put your mind in this altered state. And then when you start to visualize, you access a psychic mind, your psychic mind, and also the universe's mind. And in this altered state, things happen, ladies and gentlemen, things happen. And in his case, he said that when he went into this deep state, he would have like a daydream, if you will. And in his daydream, he kept imagining that he would receive a big check with a large sum of money on it. This man would hand it to him. And now, years later, he was well off, retired now, but very, very well off, multimillionaire, because that was before he made all his money. So it became true. Another thing that's kind of interesting is that he said in his meditation, he didn't see his wife. He was married at the time. He didn't see his wife there. Well, they ended up getting divorced. So go figure. Anyway, if you want to gain access to your miracle mind, go to this article. It's now very visible on my website, How to Manifest Money Effortlessly. And you can also search my website for it. I don't know where the search bar would be these days because I just changed the template, but it should be, oh yeah, there it is. It's on the sidebar, the searching. There's a search box there on the sidebar. And you will be able to find this article. And then at the bottom of the article is access to a free video which talks about using frequency or vibration to access manifesting effortlessly. I also need to say that there is no such thing as no effort when one manifests, but there certainly is something called being in the right vibrational mode so that when we're prepared vibrationally, when we're prepared and an opportunity comes to us, we can take access to it. I just heard a very funny noise, so I wonder what that means. Maybe it means that I got cut off from Blog Talk Radio. Hold on. Let me see something here. You're not connected. Continue. Everybody that sees me on, hi everybody on Facebook Live. I'm reconnecting now to the show because for some reason or other, Blog Talk Radio knocked me off. I don't know why. So everybody listening, if that ever happens, I will be coming back in, not to worry. And what happened with this? Did I get back in? Did I not get back in? Am I in? I am on the air. Can people hear me? If anybody's in the chat room or on Facebook, you'll be able to hear me. But on blog, let me open up a line. I'm going to open up the first person who donated just to talk to her for a second, and that would be Wendy. Wendy, am I coming across? Can you hear me? Wendy? Yes, she can. All right. That means I have to call in another way, and I have to figure out how to do that. I'm not sure. I hate doing this, guys. Hold on, everybody. 425. Bear with me, everyone. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. I hope that you can hear me on Blog Talk Radio. Facebook is fine, I'm sure. Let's see what's going on Facebook. Okay. I can hear you. On Facebook can hear me, but not everybody on Blog Talk Radio can hear me. And to be honest with you all, if I could find another way to have a phone connection with you all, I would do it, because for some reason or other, I have this problem with Blog Talk Radio. It's a regular problem. And I have a direct line, hardwired line into my modem. Anyway, so if you want to gain access to that free webinar on how to use frequency or vibration to improve your manifesting results and have the wind in your sails, so to speak, go to my website, spiritmediumtv.com. There's a page on my website. And at the bottom of that article, you can enter your email and you will be transported to a page with that on it. Okay. Anything else I need to say before I go to my prayer? Yeah, I need to say this, everybody. It's time to do it. That's what I need to say. Okay, so everybody listening, if you would please sit back in your respective locations and uncross your arms and legs and start to breathe from your abdomen, allowing yourself to get very relaxed, breathing in deeply from your abdomen. And exhaling deeply, allowing yourself to get very relaxed, feeling good about yourselves. And as you continue to breathe from your abdomen, I would like you to start focusing in on your issues today for spirit. If you are wanting an other side connection, please ask your loved one or loved ones to join us this evening. And for those of you who have asked for a specific person, please keep in mind, Spirit doesn't work that way. Spirit will bring in the energy most able to speak to us. But I will definitely try to get your specific soul in. So just be open to what happens and who does show up. So while everyone is doing their assignment, I'm going to go off and invoke the master prayer. I'll be back in a second. And now, on your next exhale of breath, please release into the space your energy, and I will connect us. One moment, please. I start seeing people, and I'm seeing somebody right now. I wanted to mention, in other words, I'm having clairvoyant vision. I want to mention that I have a lot of people this evening, 3 of which have already made donations. Not sure what happened, why, but everybody's made donations this evening. It's a very, very, very crazy day for me today. I'm looking to see if there's anybody else. No, there's somebody who's asking me a question, but it's not to do with that. Okay. So I'm going to go to the first person who made a donation. There are 3 donations, and then I will go to the regular phone lines. I suggest that if you're wanting to, well, I'll keep checking to see if there are any other donations, but if you make a donation towards the end of the show, I probably will be so immersed I won't notice it. Okay, So don't even bother. Like when we only have 15 minutes left, don't bother. Okay? And the donation can be made again at spiritmediumtv.com. It goes in part to help animals. It's the only way I have to allow those people that have more urgent situation get through. Okay, so I'm going to Wendy. It was a very interesting situation. Wendy, can you hear me okay, sweetie?
Hello.
Hi, honey. Can you hear me
yes,
okay?
Very good, very clear.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I was so upset because suddenly, I guess you couldn't hear me earlier, right? I got knocked off, right?
No. Yeah, you were gone for a few minutes, but you were talking that the people on Facebook could hear you, and those on Blog Talk could not, but I could actually hear you when you made that statement. So I don't know how long everyone was off, but it wasn't too long.
Oh, okay. All right, wonderful. Maybe it wasn't as much of a disaster as I thought. All right. Okay, sweetie, so we're going to see who we can get for you, and I know what you want. Because, so everybody, can I say, yeah, I'll tell them just so I clear what I do know, Wendy. So Wendy would like me to bring in her biological father, and we'll see where this goes. Okay? And it may, there actually is a female floating around right now that wants to speak, and we'll see what, if that could lead us to the father. Okay, so just bear with me.
Lovely, thank you.
Oh my God, you're a spiritual master yourself. Spirit is telling me you know a lot of things about people. You're very open-minded, you're very much a giver, and you're also very much a master in your own right. All right, well, that's very interesting, Wendy. Somebody in Spirit's connecting with us. Please come through. Okay, would you know anything about your biological father, honey? How don't volunteer, but would you know how he transitioned? Would you know how he looks? Do you have anything like that about him, please?
I know what he looks like. I don't know how he transitioned, but he was
don't tell me. Don't tell me. So. Yeah. Well, don't tell me how he looked, because that's I'm trying to pull in evidence now. Okay, so what I do see is a slender figured person. I see him when he's younger, not older at the moment. But he has a sense to him like a Jimmy Dean type. That was a famous movie star, I think in the 50s or something. James Dean. Remember James Dean? You remember that, honey?
Yeah, I do. Okay. I do, yeah.
Okay, so what I'm seeing is the hair is like on the straighter side. It looks like it's a little bit light brown to maybe a little lighter. He's got a straight nose, high cheekbones, good looking dude. Sometimes Spirit will, it's a shorthand for them, a shorthand way to explain the gist of the soul we're trying to connect with. It's like their way of giving me something to grab onto. I also see that whoever this person is would have lived in a more rural area versus an urban area. So first question to you is, would father have had lighter coloring, please? Yes or no? Maybe?
Yes.
Yes, okay, good. And would you okay. And would you understand he seems to appear slender? I don't know if it's relevant towards the end of his life, but I guess I'll ask, would you understand slender for father, please, biological father? Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. And would you understand Anglo-Saxon, straight nose, not real wide, it's slender nose, even features, and high cheekbone? Would you understand that for father, please? Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good looking dude, he says.
Yeah.
He says good looking dude, and he laughs a little bit. He says he also did smoke in his youth. He says he smoked in his youth. He did not take care of his health. And this was a malignancy, biological malignancy that sat within his body, which took its toll on his health towards the end of his life. So I would assume, and do you know, oh, you said you didn't know how he transitioned. Well, this may be something to look up, but it seems that there's a malignancy, which would mean cancer, and it relates to smoking and not taking care of his health. Or, now that could mean a lot of things, love. Okay? It could mean heart attack. It could mean lung cancer. Well, yeah, because he could use the word malignancy as a, not literally, but as a, figuratively, symbolically, because a malignancy could mean just something's wrong with him, or it could literally mean a tumor. So I'm just going to give you what I'm getting, since you cannot validate that at the moment. And would you understand that he lived more in the country than in the city, or at least when he was younger?
Yeah.
All right. So let me see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, there's something else. Well, I don't know if what he's trying to show me here. Oh, well, he's showing me a vision, okay? In this vision, he's standing there as a younger man, and there's a young girl around him who's like very young, so young that she just goes up over his knee in height. She's not even taller than his thigh, and she's a little thing. And that to me could mean a lot of things. It could mean he has a younger sister. It could mean that he was around you when you were younger. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I just want to say, see that, and I'll see if he'll answer anything on that for me. Oh, well, instead of him answering that question, he said that your biological mother is with him too, meaning in spirit. Would you know that, please, Wendy?
No, she's still alive, my mom is.
Okay. Your biological mother is. Okay. Well, all right. I'm not quite sure why he would have said that then. I guess I got that wrong. Let's see what else we can get from him. Okay. Okay. Did he ever give you something before when you were younger, honey, like a coin or something like that?
Not that I know of.
Have you seen any pennies or any coins lately thinking they could have come from him?
I guess it's possible.
Okay, because he's saying something about he gave you a coin. He says when you were younger. Did you know him for any period of time, love? Was he around you at all, love?
I think I think up until I was about 2.5.
So you're about 2.5. Okay. Well, he says something about giving you a coin when you were younger. I don't know. You may have a coin that mom says he gave you. I don't really know. I also got a very strong impression of something else as we're speaking, and something about a biological, like your DNA, that he would have some American Indian blood in him. Would you know anything about that, please?
No, I wouldn't.
All right, well, he shows me that, okay? So now I don't know what to do with this because, it's very difficult to validate or really have him since you don't know him that well, but I've done my best of what he could show me. Did you have a question? Do you want me to just give you a personal message from him, or what could I do for you here?
Yeah, I was hoping, if whether from him or from Spirit, a personal message.
Personal message.
I'm open to whatever.
All right, let's see what we get. Well, you do know that he lived on after you were 2.5 years old. He didn't die when he was young. You know that much, and you do know he lived to an older age. You said that before. Is there any message, Dad? Yeah. I don't want to force a message. I want to see if I can get him to give me something when I really get connected to him. Well, he does care about you very much. He said something about being forced to leave, that he wasn't allowed to be around you anymore when you were young. It wasn't his choice. It was more other people forced him away, like your mother. Now, would that make sense to you, please?
Yeah.
All right. He says, I forgive myself for what I did to you. He says, I hope you can forgive me. You're a marvelous, wonderful human being. You've made up for all the ills and the misfortune that my leaving has thrown upon you. He says, you're a very creative genius, and I love you very much. Thank you for taking care of me. Oh, there's something about you taking care of him, like you might have done something, maybe prayed or talked to your ancestors or something like that, but he's saying something about you taking care of him. I know you weren't around him, so I'm assuming that it might mean something to do with maybe some just talking to him, directly, spiritually. But he feels that you have done something for him recently. Would that make any sense to you, please?
Yes.
Well, he's very grateful for that, love, and appreciates all the work that you've done. And all of a sudden, my phone is about to go dead. Wow, this is an interesting evening. So I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna put you back in the queue. Everybody, just bear with me. I have to go get. So that was your personal message, my love, and I hope that that was helpful to you. And now I have to go get my phone charger and see what I can do. Thank you, love. Putting you back in the queue. Bear with me, everybody. I'll be right back. Thank you, Wendy. Why am I having so much trouble doing this? Oh boy, everybody, sorry about that. Hold on. Let's get this phone plugged in. Charge it while I'm using it. All righty, everybody. Sorry about that, but at least now I know that it can't go dead, or at least I think it can't go dead. Wendy, if you're still there, I'm very happy that that turned out the way it did. It seemed like we made a couple of hits on her. If she's still there, I just wanted to ask her one question more, but it looks like she hung up. Okay. All right. So we have a couple of two other people who made donations, and I'm trying to get to them in the order in which they came. And here we have Drin. Is that correct? Hi, sweetie. Did I say your name correct? Hi, Drin. Did I say your name correct?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Bryn.
Yeah, Bryn is.
I wrote it incorrectly. Actually, here it is, right, but it's wrong there. Okay, Bryn. Okay, love.
Bryn,
Yeah,
no
yeah. Okay, sweetie. So you wanted me to do mediumship for you, and I think it was for a life question. You have a question about your own life. Go ahead. What are we gonna say?
I'm feeling the need lately to get out more in the public in terms of my healing work and putting together like a little talk on. I do foot reflexology amongst other things, and I want to put out a kind of little talk on grounding, how foot reflexology can help you become grounded and connected in your body, so that you can feel more present. And so anyway, my question is, how do you see that going? I'm trying to put it together, and then there's some places in New York where I think I could talk, do a talk on it. So
Sure.
Just like some commentary on that.
All right, very well, Bryn. Thank you so much for your question and for your donation, which goes in part to help animals. Okay. So,
Sure.
If you're going to do anything like that, the first idea that is coming in that needs to relate to the why behind the grounding. What is the benefit? So, for example, right? So if somebody is trying to, for example, get something out of life, why would they, would grounding help them? It could actually help in manifesting if one were more grounded. It could help in terms of, right? Being more present in the moment, entering a state of flow where synchronicity occurs. So you need to find the benefits behind that, and you need to emphasize that in your promotion, right? The why. Why does somebody want? Because right, and that is, by the way, everybody listening in, Bryn, quite often light workers get into the technique, but they forget to tell people the benefit. So all of your marketing work needs to hinge on why, what's the benefit, right? Right? If you're ending up being in the wrong place at the wrong time, you're making a lot of mistakes in life, or things aren't coming to you, grounding could be very, very helpful. So that's the first thing that comes in. And let me see what else. How are you? And I'm not asking you, I'm asking Spirit. How is he promoting this well or not well? Please, this for Bryn, 212. You're doing a pretty good job of promotion. The location is good. The people that you're talking to are good. They're great, actually. They're very helpful. And they help you see things their way, Spirit is saying, not your way, which is also very helpful. It's instructional to you. And you're opening up new doors for yourself with this work. Grounding is important as one of the elements or foundations or cornerstones of the work that you do, and can be very helpful to many people that are looking for this kind of work. You are cued in or teed into the right community for this. I see for some reason or other, there seems to be something shamanic around that, or indigenous practices around it. The reason I'm saying that is I see something reminds me of Indians. Would you be doing anything with that, please?
Well, I know on my father's side, there's a great-great-grandfather who's Native American. I think he's one of my guides.
Oh, okay. Because
I have been, sort of connected to shamanism in the past. That.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if that should be added in somehow. Not really. It's just you don't need to highlight it, but it's underpinning the work, which is important for you to be successful. And they're saying in the realm of spirit to be, okay, a couple of things. Keep up the good work, but also to be careful with your health right now. You're not getting out enough. You're not having any friends, or you're not going to socialize or anything lately. You're sort of being alone or isolated.
Yeah, I need to get out more. Yeah, exactly.
They're saying that that's very important for your health these times and during this part of your life, to be around people and to assimilate into the energy of the all that is, and to not isolate as much, because that will help you in grounding. And without grounding, nothing can without grounding, nothing can really happen. And you're not against it. I can hear that in your voice, but also they're saying you're not against it. These are your native ancestors speaking right now. Okay. You're not against being around the public or around people. It's just that you tend to isolate more than others do. And we are watching you in spirit. We want you to carry on our tradition and our work for us. And without you doing these things, you would end up not being able to fulfill them. You need to do that. You need to get out and be around other souls a lot more than you are. This will allow you to refine your work and heal your work even more than it is. I guess they mean refine it, or get it to work better. All right. So being in the vibration and frequency of others is good for you right now in your life. Eventually, you will need to go back to isolation. Be aware of this. This for you is sort of like a revolving door. At times you need to isolate, and at other times you need to step back, Bryn. The reason for this is your health is better when you're around people at times, and then your health is better not being around people at other times. It is your It is your Achilles heel, so to speak, but you need to pay attention to that so that you can get the most out of your life and not be in the wrong place. So sometimes you have to be with people, other times you have to be away. Like when you're creating a new work, being away is important. But then when you're getting ready to work, being around them is important. So it's a creation versus it's a gestation to a creation gestation phase. That's when you would be alone. And then when you've had your time to create, then you move back in to utilize and to work with others. Healing is a very important thing for you and your sense of self, your self-esteem, who you are. Keep up the good work for us. We are your ancestors in the spirit realm. Namaste. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
great.
Yeah, thank you. It's great, honey. Your work is great, love. Continue the healing. Everybody loves you up there.
Okay. Thank you. Very helpful. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, honey. I'm closing your line now. Thank you, sweetie.
All right. Take care.
Okay, I'm going to third person made donation, and that would be Kalita. I know Kalita for years. Hey, Kalita.
How are you, Bridget? Let me just say, everybody makeup, you always look phenomenal.
I didn't pay her to say that, everybody. Thank you. I always like, then I saw it later on. I says, oh boy, you're being daring, Laura. All right, well, whatever. It's not about what I look like. It's about spirit. So what can spirit do for you this evening, my dear?
Well, thank you. I've been wondering a lot. So I just want to know if my mom is get the message, like I, talk to her.
Yeah.
Anybody want to come to us?
Yeah, I do feel a mother for you, a mother figure, and I do remember that we did bring her in once or twice before. By the way, I've spoken to Kalita like maybe in 2012, 2014. I don't even remember, but yeah, a long time ago, everybody. And I don't remember the particular, but I do want to say that I do feel tonight a female to you in spirit that would be a mother figure. So let me just see who it is. We'll go through the normal process of validation, and then we'll hopefully have a personal message. So, because it's interesting. I had a vision earlier of somebody with a full head of hair that was in a natural style, like an afro. I don't know if that goes with, I don't know. It's just coming back again, a very full head of hair. Would mom have ever worn her hair like that, please?
Yeah.
When she was younger, right? Yeah. Okay. Because she kind of showed up early. All right. She's been waiting around. She's saying, I'm sorry for I'm sorry for the way I left you when I was younger and you were younger. I'm sorry for the way I left you alone like that, Kalita. You had a lot of responsibility at the time. You really didn't know what to do with yourself, and you felt so alone all the time. It is my fault that I transitioned so early. I did not take good care of myself, and you know all about this. I don't need to say anything more about this. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, Kalita, do you know what she's talking about? Yes, no, maybe?
I do.
All right, all right. She didn't take very good care of herself when she was younger. She transitioned earlier than her time, and it happened in a very bad time for you when you were really just trying to get your own act together. She's using the number 23. It could be an age of someone or something. Would that number have significance for you, please? 23.
Yeah.
Is that
my nephew?
Your nephew is 23. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know why she'd be giving me your nephew's age, but whatever. It's another form of validation, everybody. Sometimes they throw things out. Okay. Okay, let me just see if she wants to show me a few more things. She's slender. She's a good-looking woman. I don't see her face. I just see the hair is very wild, and she's mostly showing me herself when she was younger versus older. She says, I was a wild and skinny thing when I was younger. She's laughing. She says, you know what I mean. She's showing me herself smoking not only cigarettes, but also, like a joint. This is when she's younger. Do you know anything about that?
Okay, two things. Oh my God, my daughter, I'm sorry, I'm in tears. My daughter's about to turn 23.
There you go.
July 26th.
Okay.
She's a couple days, my mom's birthday, July 15th, she's a couple days after my mom. The joint was, I smoked a joint with my mom before she died. Her first joint. Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Okay, her first joint, because I don't
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, she's coming in very clearly. She's very clear. Now, soul, everybody listening, and Kalita, every soul has different ability to communicate. And I find that not only is it my ability, but it's the soul and spirit and the sitter like you, who is highly psychic, you, Kalita. And so a psychic person, when I have a sitter, you're a sitter right now, I'm reading for you, who is highly psychic, is like a huge antenna pulling in all of this. So that's why she's communicating well, and she started earlier. Okay. She was, yes.
I know I got a gift. I just didn't know what it means.
Oh.
I get spirit. I get EVPs. I can feel them when they're around me. Oh my God,
course, sweetheart. That's what you are. You're a very psychic person. So mom is saying,
You're freaking amazing.
oh, thank you, love. Mom is saying something about you still being angry at her for the way she left you so young.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard. I'm going to age.
Yeah.
She was only 55, and she had brain cancer, and it was hard for all of us. I'm one of her triplets, and she was always an amazing woman.
Mm. Well, she wanted to say something.
When she mentioned the afro, I found a picture. My mom had a promotion to Tokyo, Japan. She was one of the highest educators, and she had an afro in that picture, so it brought me to tears. And I was first and only joint. Oh my God.
All right. Well, let me just continue because she was trying to give you a personal message about this upset. Because she wants to give you some peace if she can. I mean, she's not responsible, but she does want to talk to that sadness of losing her when you were young. And she was younger than her age. She says, I know that you've forgiven me, she says, but I also know that sometimes you feel very angry or upset, and why it had to happen like this, why it happened like this, why did it happen like this, and how difficult it's been for you at times to not have your mother to talk to. When you're challenged by various situations in your own life, raising your own children, and other things that come up. Now, as she says that, she shows, I think I know this about you. Maybe I've seen it on Facebook, but I see you have a son, and she's showing me the son when he's younger, like 6 or 7. I don't know if he's that age now, but it was something happened with him. And that you were thinking, if mom were here, I could ask her what to do. And she's trying to show me one of the things that happened was with your son. Like, I wish mom were here, I could ask her. Now, I don't know if you can remember that or not remember that, but sometimes you just get spit fuming upset. She says, I'm here always for you. She says, I'm always here for you. She says, so ask me, and what comes in your head is me. So when you're wondering what mom would say, just ask and then take what comes in. She says, and that's me. She says, I love you very much, Kalita. Please take care of everyone for me. She gives you a big hug, a big kiss. Get on with your life already, she says, because you're really not getting going on what you're supposed to do with your karma this go around. You're stalling, and you're stopping yourself from living up to your full potential. As she says this, I feel there's some idea. I know that you already mentioned psychic thing, but there's also something else around it. It feels like like education and something to do with the medical profession and maybe nursing or something like that. It might be where you kind of go back and forth. Should I do this or should I do that, or should I do this or should I do that? Would that make sense to you, please?
It does.
Yeah. She says you got to get going. She says you got to get going. Oh, wait a minute. Your health is not so great right now. She says, I know you're just getting over something, like a cold or flu or something, some kind of influenza. Do you understand that, please?
I just did.
All right.
Oh my God. I just did.
She says, so don't worry too much about what I'm saying right now. You really got to take care of your health. But when you feel better, she says, you get all your strength back, I want you to go out and heal somebody. Go out and heal somebody else other than yourself. See what it feels like to be in the first position of healer. See what it feels like. She says, I think you'd like it very much.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just tell all your viewers that they make the best choice to talk to you, and that you are the real deal. I've known you for years. You have been amazing and a big icon and role model in my life.
Aww.
And I just want to tell you, Lord, thank you for being you always.
Aw, thank you, honey. Okay, so I just want to say one last thing before I let you go. And that is, maybe you're not supposed, maybe the idea of nursing or medical profession is just simply healing So, you know, I don't want to say that I can't tell what she means, but I think you know. Okay.
I do know, and you have been accurate, 100% accurate as always. Thank you, Laura. Have a blessed one.
One other thing, love, I need to say this as well, honey,
Yeah.
and it's for everybody listening. Because her mother in spirit said, go and heal someone, but healers are not healing someone. Healers are facilitating healing. So, you know, you'll be the facilitator. You'll be the medium, so to speak, for healing energy or healing words. But the healing actually happens by the recipient. If they can't accept the healing, well, you know, you're just doing your job being the facilitator and let them get the healing. I need to add that in so I'm not, you know, I don't leave it hanging, that little thing there. Okay, darling?
Thank you so much. Awesome, Laura. Have a blessed one.
Thanks, you too, love. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so now we're going to go to regular phone lines, but let me just make sure nobody else made a donation. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, but I do have to check just to be fair. Oh, and there is somebody else who did, and that would be Shalina. And let me see what that is for. Yep, that is for a reading on the show. And she's at 201 and she wants mediumship. Okay, Shalina, I'm looking for you now. 201. Do I have more than 201? I don't know. 201, and I think that's the only one I have. Tonight is very crazy busy, everybody. Don't ask me why. Hey, Shalina.
Hi, how are you, Laura?
I'm great, love. Thank you so much for asking. And so you're wanting a mediumship connection, yes?
I wasn't sure if I should have been mediumship or life, but I felt like if it's mediumship, someone will come through and answer what I need to know, or I didn't know which one was a better choice. You need some advice.
Yeah, so usually the best thing, it's all actually everybody, and Shalina, it is always mediumship, but it's either your guides or angels, some people call them angels, or it's a loved one in spirit realm. But when we go for loved ones in spirit realm, we usually go through a whole series of confirmations, and it might not be what we need right now. In other words, I'm doing it just so you have a connection with that loved one, not to get a life reading. So my preference is we go to the guides, but let me just see something here, what I pick up for you before we go any further. 201 Shalina. Messages for Shalina, please. Well, there is a mother figure for you here, honey. Like a grandma or a mother.
Yeah.
Okay, she's a little bit heavy, a little bit more portly. Is your mother? Okay, she looks a little older. She looks like she carried a little extra. Wait a minute, there's a little difference in her appearance. One moment she's got weight on her, next moment she doesn't. She doesn't really. She's just she doesn't really have weight on her. She looked heavy in the beginning, but now she doesn't. So I will just go with not heavy, slender person. Hair is layered around the face, very kind face. The hair's on the shorter side, and she's seated in a chair right now. She's got a very cute smile. Looks like she's wearing a little bit of lipstick at the moment. And I'm trying to give you something that you can latch into here, which understand mom was on the slender side, please, not very fat. So all I can say is not fat, slender. Would you understand that, please? Shalina. Okay. Yes, I'm going to need you to kind of speak up a little bit, love, okay? So she's a little...
sorry, yeah, she was slender.
Yeah, she's cute as a button. She's wearing a skirt right now with a blouse, lighter color blouse. The skirt is like a rust color at the moment, and she's seated on a chair. I mean, I can see exactly what this is, but I don't know if it has significance to you, so I'm kind of glazing over. I'm not giving you all the little details because I have a feeling it's really not that significant. She's, okay. She says that you have a bug right now. Something's bothering you. And you're very upset about something, somebody leaving you alone like that, or leaving you alone, something from the past, the way that person left you, is left everything up in the air, and you feel very, very confused, and everything's out of whack for yourself. Would you understand that, please?
No one that's left me. It's more of me thinking of leaving someone.
Oh, you're thinking of leaving someone. Okay. But okay, so right now you're very, she says, like confused. And everything is,
Yeah.
and she's using the word, or the word spirit is using is cacophonic. Cacophonic. That means like screeching, or, things are not harmonious. Let's put it that way. Things are not harmonious, right? Okay, nothing is working for you. Nothing seems to be put together well for you. Everything is up in the air. You feel alone quite often. You're not really getting out. You don't know what to do. You're in and out sometimes. You're in and out sometimes of the situation. Sometimes you want to be into it. Sometimes you want to be out of it. Okay, so that's kind of like what you said, that you're thinking about ending something. So that would be in and out. For some reason, I see a very nice inside of a home. It looks very elegant indeed. I think it's where you live. It's a very lovely place. Very well appointed, if you will. Well, she says Mom is looking in on you and trying to help you with this, work it through and think it through for yourself. She says, you really need to get control, or you need to see the subtle differences in yourself. You need to observe yourself better. So she's saying the answer will come when you start to look at yourself and pay attention to subtle differences, which is hard. We're trying to figure out what to do about something.
Well, it's funny you say that, because one of the main reasons I feel like I need to leave the situation I'm in is because I met someone else a few months ago that made me realize how much I wasn't myself.
Ah, interesting. So she's saying it's subtle, though.
Yeah.
It's hard to see these things, on your own. She says it's sometimes very, very hard.
People don't see it. It took that person for me to notice.
All right, good. So it's not good that you're in the situation because it's difficult. And of course, let's see. I don't think your mother can say to you, do or not do. I think it's something that you have to work out. But let's see what she wants to say. Okay. Mom, you want to talk to her about this? Your beautiful daughter. She knows what to do in her heart. Okay, Mom's saying you know what to do in your heart, but I won't tell you what to do. You need to take into consideration changes in yourself, how you feel about life, and what you're doing in your future. Time is of the essence. One cannot stay in situations that are uncomfortable forever. Eventually, you will have to make a change. It's either now or later, because this will not work out the way you hope it will in the long run. Oh, goodness, I didn't know she was going to give you this much. She's saying he doesn't really, well, he's also turned away from you. He doesn't like you anymore, not the way he used to, and he doesn't treat you right. And so you know this now. You have to let go. You have to let go. I feel there seems to be a younger person around you, perhaps a child, or looks like a daughter or something. It needs to, and that she also needs to be let go of the situation. In other words, she'll have to be unwedged from this somehow. It affects her as well. Mom is saying growth is a difficult process, but not being who you are is a more difficult process, she says.
I agree.
So choose.
I just need to make sure I need some type of validation with this other person that makes me so happy and treats me so good. I can see a future with this person, and I feel it.
Yeah. Okay, so just to summarize, Mom is trying to be wise here, give you the advice she would give you if she were able to speak. Well, she is speaking to you right now, but her advice is that change seems to be inevitable. It's not easy, but it's much more difficult to not be yourself, to be in a situation that's awkward. Yeah, she says awkward all the time, uncomfortable all the time. There's no caring. There's no caring in this situation. And it's very, very difficult for you. She's not going to tell you what to do, but she will say that. Okay, my dear? All right. And your mother loves you very, very much and wants to see you happy. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Shalina. Thank you. Bye-bye, honey.
Bye.
Wow, that's a hard one. Very difficult. Okay, now I'm going to go to the phone lines unless somebody else made a donation. I asked not that. Nope, I'm going to go to the phone lines. Okay, good. I hope nobody else made a donation because I asked not to do that late into the show. So now I'm going to go to Cindy, who has a life question. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy, thank you so much for being so patient.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
I'm glad you had a chance to get to me. That's awesome.
I'm so sorry. It took
My question.
Go ahead.
My question is, there's a new opportunity for coming up. The property where I'm living is for sale, and I know the people that are buying it. It's supposed to be like a little investment group. It's a 40-acre piece, and it's supposed to get some other properties, and they're doing some hay and farming, and for like a 3 to 5 year investment kind of a thing. And they've relayed to me that they want me to work for them, and my work has been very slow, but I don't want to give up my business. I still need to allow time when I schedule, certain days. But do you see one of the parties I've never met, and the other two I know. One of them is an alcoholic, and one of them not.
Cindy,
and
honey,
a very stable person.
Cindy, I want to remind you, Cindy, just get to the question, because if you tell me everything, then you don't need to talk to a psychic. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you see that they're being so far? I mean, are all the intentions true, and are they being honest with me, or is there anything I need to watch out for behind the scenes?
All right.
Or surprises?
Give me the name of the company with initials only. I don't want to have all the info.
Well, they don't have a company, but the party names, the one is initial R, and the other one is an initial J, and I don't know the third person's initial.
All right, let's just go. I'm going to use that. It helps with the vibration. I'm going to ask Spirit if the opportunity is honest and fair to you. Hold on a second, please. Yeah, it's a very good opportunity, actually, better than you even think. Now, the next question is, why would they be giving you all of this? Because apparently it is some kind of big thing here. It's a good thing. So I want to see if I can get that for you. This last piece of information will be your way of validating this. Maybe not today, but as you move forward through the situation. So let me just see, love, okay? Okay. It's a very good opportunity for you to get going on a new career that you've wanted to do sort of for a while. It's something that you want to do. It is related to the work that you do, although not exactly the work you do, but it is a very good opportunity to move forward in the world that you're in the industry that you're in. So don't worry about any other opportunities that come along. This will be the one that is most important for you. And as well, you will have to make things happen when you're in position. It's not like anybody's handing you anything, but the demand will be there for good things to happen. You will feel like the wind is in your sails versus you trying to struggle so hard. So on one hand, it's very good opportunity, but on the other hand, you do have to work. It will be something that you're working on. Now, I don't know everything you're talking about. I don't understand the background. I couldn't hear a lot of what you said, which is good. But what I'm trying to say, it seems like an opportunity for you to make a lot of money and really have something exciting going on for yourself. And maybe you didn't really think of it that way for yourself before. Maybe you weren't thinking of moving in that direction. But when you get going on this, it's going to be very, very good for you and lucrative.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of thought they were wanting me to work by the hour and not with very much pay, with extensive hours, just doing 60 seconds.
Yeah, and I want to. I know it doesn't seem good, but when you get into it, this is a juggernaut opportunity. This is a big opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're giving you much, but they are. It's not in the form of salary or whatever. It's more in the form of an opportunity. You're sitting on a gold mine. You're sitting on a gold mine, and the money will come in very easily, and you will not have to struggle hard to make sales. Okay? You won't have to struggle. It's going to come to you very easily.
Thank you.
You're welcome, love. God bless. Bye-bye.
God bless. Thanks.
And I'm so sorry for everybody I couldn't get to this evening. I don't know, maybe because of going on to Facebook. I'm going to go over to Facebook right now. But the show is going to be ending. Let me go over to Facebook if I can find Facebook. want to thank everybody on Facebook. If you're all still there, I appreciate you all for tuning in this evening. I appreciate everybody in Blog Talk for tuning in. And I can't seem to get this thing here. Oh, there we go. Wonderful. Thank you all for tuning in. If you would like to get a free reading from a third party, go to spiritmediumtv.com and join my mailing list there, and you will obtain access to a third party who also gives free readings. Thank you, everybody, so much. See you next week.